Welcome to another episode of Homes of Build Magazine. I'm here in Scottsdale with Brad Leavitt, who created this magnificent home. Wait till you see the view. When we open the door, it'll blow your mind. Brad, you did a killer job. We're excited to have you on the show today.
Well, it's easy when you have a great client. So yeah, let's go check it out.
Okay, let's go. All right, Brad, spectacular. The view is killer.
Yeah, well, you can't beat the view. I mean, again, nice pivot door as we seem to do in, these modern homes. And again, what's great about working with you both is you found this incredible lot. So that makes it easy in itself. And then Scott Carson and Kosan and the team there, I mean, they're optimizing, this incredible desert landscape we have here in Scottsdale. So.
How difficult was it to build? What was the construction?
Well,
I mean, obviously, people are going to see on the drone the driveway. Let's start with that.
Yeah, and I think it's hard to visualize from the beginning, because the reason we call it Desert Island is because you really are kind of remote on an island out here. The reason being is that when we first looked at this lot, I remember telling you and Leslie, I'm like, well, this is the best lot. It's totally hidden. The one problem is going to be that wash, because you have the natural wash. We do get flash floods here in Scottsdale. And you had so much brush and that huge elevation change, tight, easement there between the two neighbors. So for sure that, trying to keep the neighbors happy where you have a small cul-de-sac, that coordination is really important, building that bridge. We have to get that done first so that we can, access the property. But, working with the building footprint is really important, because in Scottsdale we have what's called NAOS, which is Natural Area Open Space. And so we can only really disturb the building envelope that we're working on. Even though you own a lot of acreage here, we have a small window. So we have to be real careful on the natural terrain and landscape so we don't damage it.
Now that the house is finished, the one thing that it continues to blow us away, and every morning we get up and it's spectacular, is the fact that the homes are so far away.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's take a look.
Well, yeah.
Obviously the sports bar.
Well, the sports bar is incredible. What I love about this space, again, what Chris and Hazen and you kind of work through is you have this great formal space where you're entertaining, have a lot of clients, but you and I are sports guys, so you can still have the multiple TVs that you have. I've been here on game night, and it's incredible because you have all the games going on. It's really good.
And it doesn't matter, men or women, they still gravitate towards, okay, so national championships coming up. What do they want to do? Everybody wants to see Everybody's interested.
Exactly.
Hamilton Lights, they did an incredible job. I don't know how much work you do with them, but boy,
we've done a lot with them, and I think we need to open up your slider here.
Let's do it.
Now, while this is opening, and again, it's going to open that incredible view to the outside, that indoor-outdoor living. Let's talk about this wine wall, which offers a great partition, to the overall design and space, a little separator here.
Love the wine wall, just incredible. It's a focal point. Whether people drink it or they don't, they just appreciate it. I mean, it has become art.
Yeah.
And for those who appreciate wine, they look at it and they go, there's a lot of good wine in there, which I have collected over the years.
Which is good. But what I love about it is so one thing that's always tough when you're designing a home is you guys were very thoughtful about the size of the home. You don't want something that's over the top, square footage wise. So in that, call it condensed space to some extent, you're creating these rooms, but they're not closed off because of natural light. And so I love the design because it's, as you mentioned, it's art, but it also, that natural light continues all throughout the space.
Okay, so the door is open, so why don't we take a look outside?
Yeah. Now this is the view you get, right?
This is it.
Now, during the day, I love it, but I've been here at night, dusk, sunset. It's pretty incredible. So one of our favorite features, again, when you have all this glass out here, bringing in that natural light, from a design perspective, the challenge is, well, how do we mount a TV, right? Because the last thing you want to do is have a TV over the dining room blocking all this natural glass. Well, here's the solution, the Nexus lift is buried in the ceiling.
It's just brilliant. And everybody that looks at it, they go, what a great idea, because it's out of view.
And so the Nexus, as it drops down, you can see it's lowering down to a good, level there as you're sitting down watching TV.
It's 100% comfortable.
Yeah.
When we're sitting out here, and it's nice when we've got March Madness, we got 3 TVs in there and 1 out here. You got 4 different games going.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And then Ted's Mr. Golfer, so when you want to lose in the putting competition, what seems to be the case for me, you go challenge him in a putt off, which never has worked out well. Have you tried the cold plunge? You've been out here soaking in the winter?
No.
It's only 45, 50 degrees. It'll be fine.
The pool was 51 this morning.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's interesting. When we built the pool, we thought, well, maybe it's too small. This is the perfect size for, at least for us.
Yeah.
Hot tub, comfortable for you know, to have half a dozen people in there, and then the pool's not too big, doesn't get in the way, but it's a great water feature that when it's hot in the summertime, it's great to go in and splash down.
And then you can jump in from here still too.
Yeah, what was the inspiration on this?
So one thing we notice in modern architecture, you know, it's just a way to add light. I mean, again, cover patio you want, you know, to protect yourself, but sometimes that natural light, and it's a good architectural detail. So, you know, Scott, this is definitely one of his signatures, is to have that open skylight out
He
here.
does this in a variety of homes?
Variety of homes, yeah.
All right. Hey, Brad, one thing I want to mention to you is, Brown Jordan. You introduced me to the folks at Brown Jordan. Yeah. This furniture is incredible.
Yeah, they do a great job.
It's durable. It's easy on weather, which is a concern that we had here in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
Super hot in the summertime. It's bulletproof, and it doesn't move, so when it gets windy, it's fantastic.
It is. It's heavier than you realize. That's what's nice. So, because it can get pretty windy here, so it's very sturdy. And Brown Jordan's great. I mean, Phoenix Pavers did a great job. You know, as you mentioned, you have this long driveway. You have the back patio out here. Just a lot of great elements.
Phoenix Pavers was so responsive when we had an issue.
Yeah.
They were out here the next day.
They're so good. Yeah, we've been fortunate to work with them a long time.
So, Brad, now you guys did a masterful job in the kitchen. My wife loves it. I mean, she just loves it. We got Wolf Sub-Zero, incredible. Rocky Mountain Hardware. It's interesting, I had a conversation with Studio 41, which is where we bought all the hardware from.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with Adam, who's the general manager, yesterday, and I go, you know, this was pretty expensive stuff. And we could have got one of the, you know, the Chinese brands for a whole lot less, like probably 20 cents on the dollar. My wife, every time she opens this, she just loves it. Yeah. It was worth every penny.
And we've used Rocky Mountain Hardware for a long time. I mean, it's a great product. And again, you can feel it in the quality, right? And the quality, especially on, you know, call the heavy door here, you know, Sub-Zero with the cabinetry overlay. And so, but it feels sturdy, right? You're not gonna have callbacks.
Distinctive cabinets. They weren't the cheapest, but they were phenomenal. Some of the things we value engineered because we felt like we were going broke, and then we added it in at the end because we realized that
you need it.
We weren't out of money yet. But to have this encased like this is once again distinctive cabinets. So one of the cool features when people come through the house, they love this pivot door.
Right.
And it's a beast.
Yes, it is.
So
it's solid, it's heavy.
It is.
Yeah. So it's you know, you see that at the entry, and a lot of times in the master we'll do these pivot doors. So, you know, working through the pivot door, and then again, you have the steel lintel up here above it. You know, we have the jamb in here that we'll install so the stone can return. But it's really like, as you mentioned, it's an architectural focal point in the house. It's beefy, it's really heavy, but also, you know, softens entry.
Why the steel? Is it just because it's so heavy?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is in this case, you would not need the steel. It's more decorative. Okay. But we'll do those just to make it look with the stone and the steel as if it's like this really beefy entry.
Okay, great. It is beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. So as you turn the corner again, now you have your corner sliders again that open up to the hot tub.
And the design, Scott killed it. Everything looks at the mountains. Pinnacle Peak is in every room. And
you have pocket shades. Those are really nice automated shades there.
Yeah, those are great. This basalt rock.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It is so heavy. When you pick up those tiles, how do they install it, Brad? Those are heavy.
These are fun because I know how heavy those are.
Hamilton lights are all glass. But this,
these are really heavy.
Another thing that was an added expense, but we're glad that we did it, was both fireplaces. We went with the cannonballs with Arizona fireplaces. And I'm just glad we did it.
Cannonballs give such a good look.
Yeah, I'm just glad we didn't cut corners because we just didn't feel like having a lot like this, that it would be in our best interest to kind of shave here and shave there. So it
how often you use a fireplace?
Never. But it
that's a great architectural component, right?
It looks good.
Well, let's check on the master.
All right. Last thing is the lights over the tub with the view. My wife hadn't taken a bath. Like, she would always shower.
Right.
Not that she wouldn't take a bath, but she would always shower.
Right.
For 35 years. We move in here. She won't go in the shower. She only wants to go in the tub.
Why would you go in the shower?
I'm telling you.
I mean, with this view, especially out here, the privacy. I mean, again, you mentioned this early on, the way the house is positioned. You get the views. There's Pinnacle Peak right there. You have this private area. There's no neighbors that can see to this area. So one thing that's neat, I know Hinckley's Lighting worked with you on this light fixture, and Hinckley's, we've worked with them. I mean, my relationship goes back probably 20 years with Hinckley's, and they've done. What's amazing is they can do anything custom, and that's really one of the hardest things. Is as you come up with them from a client perspective or designer, they knock it out of the park every time. Whatever they can come up with, like in design, he'll build it.
God, I love that. I didn't know that he actually. I thought it was just a lighting showroom. I didn't realize that they could manufacture.
Yeah, so manufacture custom side, and that's where this separates them. Of course, they house a lot of the brands that that many of us use anyways. But for the real custom stuff, yeah, there's second to none.
Well, they did a good job here. We're super thrilled.
Go for it.
Okay, thanks for taking the time, Brad, to not only build the house, but also spend a little time touring it with your vision as far as ours. You've got to see a lot of the homes over the past couple of years on Homes to Build magazine. Now you get to see where we live. Brad, you did a killer job. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as we bring you more homes from around the country on Homes to Build magazine. Thank you.
Thank you.